What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So, I have to say this at the beginning before I get into this. At the beginning, when Black Clover first came out, I wasn't for it. I'm not even gonna lie. I was not for it. I'm not gonna sit there and say it was ass or it was trash or it was any of that kind of stuff, because I'm not that type of anime fan who sits up and says that an anime is garbage, hot ass, or any of that stuff. That's just not me. I'll just sit there and tell you it's not for me. Like, I tried to get into it, but it just wasn't for me. I feel like that kind of ignorance is not necessary. Yeah, it's just ignorant, just flat out. Because if you sit here and you go on to a certain post that has something to do with a certain anime, and you just in the comments talking about it's hot ass, it's this and it's that and that and other, then I feel like you're just there just to piss people off and just to troll. And I feel like some trolls are just lonely. They don't have nothing that's better to do with their life. And they just feel like, I'm going to go to this post that's about Black Clover and see all these fans talking good about Black Clover, but I think Black Clover is ass. I'm going to jump in there and say Black Clover is ass and piss off a lot of people. I don't do that because I feel like it's unnecessary. There's so many other animes I could watch that isn't Black Clover that I could watch and not have to talk bad about Black Clover, because I'm just gonna sit there and say I've never seen it, or I have seen it and it just wasn't for me. Like Attack on Titan, I'm just not a fan of Attack on Titan. It's nothing wrong with the anime. It just didn't click with me. It doesn't resonate with my soul. So that's just me. So if you ever wonder why I don't say negative stuff about certain animes, this is just because that's just the type of person I am. I'm like, there's an anime out there for everybody. So that's just me. But the reason why I say this about Black Clover, because at the beginning, it wasn't resonating with my soul. I wasn't clicking with it or any of that. But it took time. I skipped over a lot of episodes. I skipped over a lot of things because I'm like, you could tell when it's filler, or you can tell when it's just like, all right, man, they just gonna talk this whole episode. Like, you can tell when that stuff is coming. When you make it 15 minutes into an episode and they're still talking, you might want to just go on and be like, all right, man, I'll wait until next week's episode. But with Black Clover, that's what I did. I skipped over some episodes, and I got to the part where they were, up against the elves and Leth, or however you say his name, the devil that they fought, the first devil they fought, who would talk and some shit would happen. Yeah, him. That's when I tuned back in, because everybody was telling me like, yeah, bro, it's getting good now. You should go check it out. So I go check it out. I watched it, and I was like, yeah, this actually is pretty good. It's like how I do with One Piece, I'll stop watching for a while, and when I mean a while, I'll be like maybe like a couple months up to a year, tune back in, see what's going on. If it's not worth watching, I'll be like, all right, man, I'll come back to it later. I did that with Black Clover, and there they were fighting the devils, and I really got into it. Now, English dubbed, not so much, but hey, I can watch either or. But where we're at right now in the manga is actually getting really, really good. And I'm kind of glad I kind of stuck in with Black Clover, because the things that are going on right now with, Dante and his crew, and, with Asta knowing about his devil and a little bit about his mother, then Nacht training Asta, and also being trained. He's doing some hardcore training because he lost against one of the other, devil triad, demon triad, whatever you want to call them. He lost to one of them, and he's really going hard in training because, he took that L in the last fight, so he's not about to take another L in this next up-and-coming fight. He want that rematch. So he's pretty much training. He's living craters in the mountains, and it's looking pretty good. And one of the dudes that he's training up against has the same type of, magic that one of the demon triad has. So it's kind of like, all right, if I train with you, then it's pretty much like me fighting him again. And one thing that I could say that one of my favorite YouTubers, Anime Uproar, had said in one of his recent videos was he feels that the devils, there's a bigger plan to this than we think, because maybe Lucifer is maybe the overarching villain, which I believe that some people out there probably already knew that. They probably guessed it, and they're probably just having that theory going on in their head. But the one thing that I would think that would happen, and Anime Uproar, he said it better than I could say, because I was kind of like all over the place with it when I was trying to explain it to people. He said, put it like this. Each member of the demon triad has a special type of magic. One has bone magic, one has blood magic, and one has like regeneration magic. And think about it, all right? In a human body, we got bones, we got blood, and we got skin and muscle. Dante could regenerate his skins and muscles and all that stuff. I forgot the other two names because I like Dante the most. Dante's probably the most savage one that I've seen out of all three. But the other two, one has the bone magic. That was the one that fought Yuno. And he reminds me a lot of Kimimaro from Naruto because every time I think of somebody fighting with their bones, the first person to come to my mind is Kimimaro from Naruto. And we got the other girl who kidnapped the Queen of Hearts, I believe. I forget what kingdom she was from, but I knew she fought up against Noelle, and Noelle is like, she won her rematch too. So she had the blood. Now, one of the devils, the main thing they want to do is they want to come to our world. They want to come to the realm of, the living, the humans, and they need a body, a host to do that. And so remember, Lucifer was trying to, get a hold of Liebe's body, but he couldn't do that. So they might need an actual host, like an actual body. So you got the 3 demon triad who could actually make a human body if they wanted to. Like, I don't know if they ever thought that, or they just sat there and just like, here, we're going to get you an actual host. I don't know. Then he brought up another thing talking about, the 9 gates of hell, Dante's Inferno, all that stuff. And even though the creator of Black Clover only said 7 gates, there's actually really truly 9 gates in the actual Bible. Well, Dante's Inferno story where there's like 9 gates of hell. And at the bottom, the 9th gate is the strongest demon, who is, of course, Lucifer himself. So with that saying, things are getting good. All right. This recent chapter that I've seen, I'm just going to pick out some things from the chapter because I don't want to spoil all of it for you guys because I want y'all to go read this stuff too, Support the official release. These are how these guys get their money. But still, though, the funny thing was Asta and Liebe doing their team up, and one of the panels in the manga was Liebe sitting on top of Asta's shoulders, and he was saying it's like 90% of this stuff is just crap. And I'm like, so I'm guessing that Liebe is gonna be, the stick in the mud, the guy that's always, angry, and all that stuff, and Asta's gonna be the goofball, all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like that. But Nacht is over there looking at them like, all right, man, it's been 2 days, and we need to hurry this shit up, pretty much. And he was like, so he unleashed his like signature move. It looked like it could be a signature move, and nothing but fear was controlling Asta and Liebe. But then Asta unleashed something brand new. This ball of light just shines through, and Nacht was all like, WTF? Like, we never seen Nacht look like this. But we only see Nacht for like a good couple chapters now, so we really don't know much about this character. But then some people act like they know so much about this character, and that's fine. If you jumped ahead and know what's going on, then by all means, then go ahead. But he looked, and first thing that came to my mind is Asta's eye changed. And me being ignorant, me being the goof that I am, I'm like, oh shit, he got the Sharingan or something. Like, oh damn, he's like a hidden Uchiha or something. Like, every time I think of somebody and I look at somebody's eyes and they do something, like an anime character has like some type of eye power, I always think of Sasuke and his crew, like, just comes Uchiha, just straight up. Just like, it's the first thing that comes to my mind. But or Byakugan and all that stuff. But Naruto always pops up in my head. But he has a new form. Now, I'm not going to spoil the rest of it for you because that's where, that's the meat and potatoes of this chapter. But things are going to get good. But just like how I've been saying about One Piece and how they've been dragging on the Wano thing, they're dragging their feet with this shit. Black Clover, I hope they speed things up a little bit more. Same thing with My Hero. They're dragging their feet with their recent arcs that they're on right now. I know these are probably the big arcs, especially Wano and the war arc with My Hero. But I'm like, can they just speed it up just a little bit, just a tee bit? Because like, I want to see what's about to happen I just want to see people fight in Black Clover. Okay, Black Clover, they haven't started fighting. They fought, but then I want to see them hurry up and have the rematches. Like, let's go on and get it popping. My Hero, I just want the war to end. Wano, I just want Luffy go up against Kaido or whatever. Whoever's gonna be fighting Kaido. I think Zoro should fight Kaido since he has a sword. But back to Black Clover, Asta's new sword. It was called the Demon Decapitator, but now it's called the Demon Cutter, or I think it's called the Demon Slasher. Either way, they're all lame. I'd rather them just be like, hey, look, just don't name the sword right now. Just give it more time, because what you're naming it's pretty ass. Like, them, no. I'm gonna laugh at you, say I'm gonna cut you with my Demon Slasher. Like, Okay. Okay. All right. Calm down now. But these are getting good. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I've been sleeping on Black Clover, man. And I'm actually glad that I tuned back in and starting to see these devils. Because watching Asta talk to his devil, because that was the last thing I watched before I decided to take a break from it and just be like, no. He was fighting the witch. And the devil inside him was like, oh, I'm gonna take over your body. Like, all I seen was this black figure and it had like a red background, and Asta just looking at it like, what the fuck? And now we finally get to see what his devil looks like. And I know I'm about to get some slack for this, and a lot of people gonna hate, but this reminds me of Naruto when he and Kurama, or the Nine-Tailed Fox, or whatever people want to call him and Naruto were starting to meet each other, and he finally got to talk to Kurama, and they made a deal with, hey, look, we in my body, let's help each other out. You help me, I help you. You scratch my ass, I scratch yours, that kind of thing. So that's what I kind of see with Asta and his devil. So, like I said, I'm gonna catch some slack for it. I'm gonna catch some heat for it, but it is what it is. That's just how I see it. All right, somebody might see it differently. But guys, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all being safe, taking care of yourself. Numbers are spiking, so yeah, wear your mask. If you don't want to wear your mask, that's on you. I can't stop you. It's free world, free country, whatever. But other than that, guys, I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Peace.